where the tranquil surface is but a veil for a battle without end. Beneath the cerulean waves, every creature carries within it the fierce instinct for survival. Some move like lightning, others lie in ambush in absolute silence. There are hunters in the light and stalkers in the shadows. Every beat of a fin, every draw of breath can determine the boundary of life. This is more than an ocean. It is the fragile line between existence and oblivion. The sun rises over the African savanna, painting the landscape in hues of gold and amber. Silhouetted against the dawn is one of Earth's most iconic creatures, the lion. They are deeply social animals with intricate lives and complex family bonds. Lions are the most social of all the cat species. They are the only ones to live in groups, known as prides. A pride can range in size from just a few individuals to over 40 members. Each has its own unique dynamics and hierarchy. The heart of any pride is its lionesses, mothers, daughters, sisters, and grandmothers who remain together for life. These formidable females are responsible for hunting, raising the young, and maintaining the social order. Male lions, on the other hand, typically leave their birth pride upon reaching maturity. They may form coalitions with their brothers or cousins and roam the savanna, seeking a pride to take over. Within the pride, it is the lionesses who are the primary hunters. They work together, using coordinated strategies to bring down prey much larger than themselves. This cooperative hunting is crucial for their survival, especially when times are lean. Lions are carnivores, which means their survival is entirely dependent on meat. Their diet consists mainly of large animals, such as zebra and wildebeest. They are opportunistic predators, sometimes stealing kills from leopards or hyenas. A lioness typically gives birth to a litter of 1 to 4 cubs. Born blind and helpless, these tiny creatures are completely dependent on their mother. Their mother is fiercely protective, constantly vigilant for danger. To avoid predators like hyenas and leopards, she will move her cubs to new den sites every few days. At around 1 week old, the cub's eyes open, and then it is time for the serious business of play to begin. Playtime is not just fun and games for these young cubs, it is essential for their development. As they chase, wrestle, and stalk one another, they are honing the crucial skills they will need for survival. At around 8 weeks old, the cubs are introduced to the rest of the pride. It is vital that they learn the hierarchy and complex social dynamics of their new family. The cubs learn valuable life lessons from all members of the pride, watching and mimicking hunting techniques. While the females manage the hunting and much of the cub rearing, the male lion plays a critical role in defending the pride's territory. The roar of a male lion is one of the most recognizable sounds in the animal kingdom. This powerful call can be heard up to 5 miles away, warning rivals to stay clear of their territory. When they are around 3 years old, the cubs will be fully grown. The females will remain with their pride. The males will usually leave to find a pride of their own. Lions once roamed vast territories across Africa, Asia, and even Europe. Today, their numbers are sadly in decline. Habitat loss, conflict with humans, and the illegal wildlife trade are all significant threats. Fortunately, there is still hope. Dedicated individuals and organizations are working tirelessly to protect lions. Through scientific research, community engagement, and anti-poaching efforts, we can strive to ensure these magnificent creatures have a future. But further, towards the horizon, where the land ends, another world is in motion, where unity itself becomes the art of survival. Amidst the deep blue ocean, colossal beings compose a symphony of life together. Beneath the seemingly placid surface of the Mediterranean, a vibrant and ferocious world unfolds with every passing second. The Atlantic bluefin tuna, the ocean's fastest, darts forward like a steel arrow. But to the west, the orca, nature's most strategic hunter, emerges silently, a calculated nightmare. At a depth of 3,300 feet, the sperm whale searches for giant squid, navigating the frigid darkness. The great white shark, rare but formidable, occasionally drifts by like a phantom. Among the reefs, the lionfish, a dazzling invasive species, fans its venomous fins. These are but fleeting glimpses into the Mediterranean's intricate labyrinth of survival. Cradled between three ancient continents, where Europe meets Africa and Asia, the Mediterranean is a living natural world. Spanning approximately 965,000 square miles, it is the largest semi-enclosed sea on Earth. It connects to the Atlantic Ocean through the Strait of Gibraltar, a narrow passage. The geological history of the Mediterranean Sea reads like a saga of upheaval and transformation. Around 5.9 million years ago, the sea nearly dried up completely in an event known as the Messinian salinity crisis. But just a few 100,000 years later, a cataclysmic return occurred, the Zanclean flood. Water from the Atlantic poured back in, refilling the colossal basin in just a few years. Only 11% of species survived this environmental shock, and it would take another 1.7 million years for biodiversity to fully recover. Today, the Mediterranean Sea is one of the world's great biodiversity hotspots. Its unique climate, known as a Mediterranean climate, features hot, dry summers and mild, wet winters. Among the more than 17,000 marine species recorded, there are over 11,000 invertebrates and approximately 650 species of fish. However, that rich biodiversity is under severe threat, with nearly 1,000 alien species having invaded the region. Situated at the crossroads of Europe, Asia, and Africa, the Mediterranean has long been a vital artery. Its waves once carried Phoenician traders, Roman legions, and even the missionary footsteps of St. Paul. And this same sea, over thousands of years, has continued to hold its global standing not just in the currents of history. Each year, the Mediterranean carries approximately 12% of global trade, valued at $1.9 trillion. Even a minor disruption, like the 2021 blockage of the Suez Canal, can send tremors through the global supply chain. Today, the Mediterranean is more than just the largest semi-enclosed sea on Earth. It is where history, ecology, faith, and geopolitics flow together. Approximately 5.3 million years ago, a geological event opened a gateway that would determine the Mediterranean's fate. The Atlantic Ocean breached a limestone barrier between the African and European continents, forming the Strait of Gibraltar. Cold seawater flooded in, ending the arid Messinian period and breathing new life into the once barren basin. Today, the Strait of Gibraltar is more than a bridge between two seas. It is a bustling corridor. Just above this strait, on the limestone cliffs, another spectacle unfolds. The Barbary macaque, Europe's only tailless primate. With powerful hind limbs and wide, agile feet, these monkeys skillfully navigate the jagged rocks. Instead of engaging in fierce competition, the males play an active role in caring for the young. From the Strait of Gibraltar, the Western Mediterranean takes shape as a distinct biological realm. It is the first region to receive the cold, oxygen-rich and nutrient-dense waters from the Atlantic. This cold, oxygenated water creates ideal conditions for marine life to flourish. In the Alboran Sea, in particular, a natural process known as upwelling frequently occurs. As a result, this area boasts the highest level of primary productivity in the entire Mediterranean region. Amidst the cool blue waters, where oxygen and sunlight are plentiful, a small dash of color suddenly appears on the cliffs. It is the Atlantic puffin. Often nicknamed the clown of the sea for its striking triangular beak, painted in shades of red, orange, yellow, and gray. This vibrant palette appears only in the spring, during the breeding season, and quietly fades as winter returns. Inside, thin plates act as superfine combs, separating food from mud and water. With this setup, A single puffin can dive and catch more than 10 fish at once, neatly arranged in its beak. Despite its rounded body and seemingly clumsy appearance on land, the puffin transforms underwater. Its small wings act as aquatic paddles, generating powerful propulsion through the water. During their migration, puffins follow ocean currents and wind patterns to seek out nutrient-rich waters. The Alboran Sea, in particular, benefits from the interaction of Atlantic currents and local winds. Now, let us dive deeper beneath the waves. Below the clear blue surface are lush seagrass meadows known as Mediterranean tapeweed. These underwater forests store carbon, produce oxygen, and serve as a crucial sanctuary for hundreds of species. In deeper waters, colonies of long-lived oysters build enormous limestone reefs over centuries. Beneath the crystalline waters of the western Mediterranean, vast beds of Posidonia oceanica form silent underwater meadows. Loggerhead sea turtles are frequent visitors to these seagrass beds, drawn here to feed and rest. The loggerhead's oversized head is not just a distinguishing feature, it is a specialized hunting tool. Within that seemingly cumbersome head lies a powerful jaw structure capable of generating one of the strongest bites. This allows the loggerhead to easily crush the hard shells of crabs, snails, clams, and other crustaceans. Despite its slow, awkward movements on sandy shores, the loggerhead is capable of swimming thousands of miles. In the Pacific, some individuals have been recorded traveling over 9,000 miles from Japan to the waters of Mexico. In the Mediterranean, their journeys are shorter, but no less demanding. To navigate, loggerheads rely on the Earth's magnetic field as a natural map. From the moment they hatch, loggerhead sea turtles enter a mysterious chapter that biologists call the lost years. During this time, they follow major ocean currents, where floating mats of algae provide both food and shelter. Perhaps one of the most profound and moving mysteries of the natural world is the power of memory. After decades of wandering the vast, open ocean, how does a solitary creature remember the way back home? It has no map, no compass. It has only an invisible chart, etched deep within its genetic code, a whisper of the Earth's magnetic field, guiding it back to the very same sands where it first drew breath. This journey across thousands of miles is more than a migration. It is a pilgrimage. An ancient promise fulfilled, to complete a circle of life that has been repeated since the age of the dinosaurs. An adult loggerhead turtle averages about 297 pounds with a carapace length of up to 35 inches. They typically begin to reproduce between the ages of 17 and 33 and can live for more than 60 years. A single turtle may return to the very same stretch of sand where it once hatched to lay its eggs. As they mature, loggerheads return to coastal waters and begin to select long-term feeding grounds. The Western Mediterranean has become one of their key destinations thanks to its open marine ecosystems. It is the ocean sunfish, the gentle giant of the sea with its flat, disc-like body. Shaped like a severed fish head without a tail, the sunfish lacks a traditional caudal fin. Its two large vertical fins flap like oars, giving it a slow, clumsy swimming motion. Weighing up to nearly 6,000 pounds, the sunfish holds the record as the heaviest bony fish in the world. Yet, within that massive body is a gentle creature with a small mouth and fused teeth. For much of the day, the sunfish stays near the surface, where temperatures are stable and food is abundant. Their characteristic sunbathing behavior usually occurs in the morning when the sunfish floats on its side, basking in the sunday. Some individuals are capable of diving to depths of over 650 feet, though only for short periods. History is not always written on stone or paper. Sometimes it is inscribed on the flesh itself. Each scar on the body of a Risso's dolphin is a chapter in the chronicle of its life. A mark from a confrontation with a giant squid in the abyss. A scratch from the complex social interactions with its own kind. Over time, their bodies become a living tapestry, recording every battle, every journey, every encounter. To look upon a mature Risso's dolphin is not just to see a creature. It is to read the story of a life, fully lived. But deeper, in the twilight layers, another presence emerges, the Risso's dolphin. From birth, the skin of a Risso's dolphin is typically a pale brown or silvery grey. But over time, every social interaction and every deep-sea hunt leaves its mark. By adulthood, an individual can appear almost entirely white, as if its body has recorded its entire history. With a robust body, about 10 to 13 feet long and weighing from 660 to 880 pounds. This unique body design reflects a highly specialized evolutionary path, one built for a life of nocturnal squid hunting. In the western Mediterranean, where the seabed slopes into deep canyons, Risso's dolphins inhabit the edges of the continental shelves. However, since 2014, a notable shift has occurred. More individuals have been observed farther offshore at an average of 29 miles. Current estimates suggest about 2,000 individuals in winter and 1,400 in summer in the northwestern Mediterranean alone. Their social structure is highly fluid. They typically live in groups of 10 to 50 individuals. The Western Mediterranean provides Risso's dolphins with an ideal environment for hunting and sustaining their numbers. But this dependence on a very specific habitat also makes the species extremely vulnerable. Noise pollution from ship traffic, military sonar, and offshore oil exploration severely disrupts their ability to navigate. This is the largest and most powerful of the bluefin species. In the grand design of the ocean, they are machines of speed. An adult Atlantic bluefin tuna can grow up to 10.5 feet long and weigh nearly 2,000 pounds. Their circulatory system has a mechanism that allows them to maintain a body temperature 18 to 27 degrees Fahrenheit higher than the surrounding water. Their bodies are built almost entirely of muscle, in constant motion. But more remarkable than their strength is the lifelong journey they undertake. Atlantic bluefin tuna are born in only two places, the Gulf of Mexico and the Western Mediterranean. These are born in the nutrient-rich coastal waters off the Balearic Islands and the Alboran Sea. Then, after 4 to 6 years, they return to the very place they were born to reproduce. Satellite tracking shows that up to 68% of tagged individuals return to their original birthplace. They spawn in the summer from May to July, when water temperature and salinity reach optimal levels. A single adult female can lay up to 10 million eggs in one season, though less than 1% survive. Commercially, the Atlantic bluefin tuna is of staggering value. A single fish can be auctioned for up to $3 million at top seafood markets in Tokyo. Their prized belly section, known as toro, has a melt-in-your-mouth texture and a rich, fatty flavor. But toro is not just a delicacy for humans, it is also a favorite target of orcas. Power is not always the ultimate weapon in the ocean. Sometimes it is intelligence. These orcas are not just predators. They are strategists, masters of tactics, who have developed a unique culture. They have observed, learned, and passed down knowledge from one generation to the next. How to exploit the labors of man. Instead of spending hours chasing down a swift tuna, they have learned a far simpler method. Let the fishermen do the hard work. The act that is about to unfold is not merely theft. It is a display of social intelligence, a testament that even in the wild, knowledge is power. Beneath the deep blue waters of the Alboran Sea, pods of orcas are often seen patrolling the tuna fishing grounds. With fine-tuned hearing and meticulous encirclement tactics, they target adult Atlantic bluefin tuna. Hunting a bluefin tuna can take hours, requiring extraordinary endurance and cooperation. Biologically, the orca possesses a brain comparable in size to that of an African elephant, with the second highest brain-to-body mass ratio. Their neocortex, the region associated with emotion and social cognition, is highly developed. Despite the nickname killer whale, the orca is actually the largest member of the dolphin family. Evolutionarily, they diverged from their closest dolphin relatives about 2 million years ago. In the Western Mediterranean, orcas are rare but not unfamiliar residents. They are most frequently observed around the Strait of Gibraltar and the Alboran Sea. The Gibraltar orca groups have been identified as having distinct acoustic dialects. Each pod maintains its own sound language for communication and navigation, suggesting the presence of regional culture. Much like elephants on land, an older matriarch often leads the pod, passing down knowledge. No radar, no signal. Just a pale silhouette gliding beneath the deep blue surface. And then it is gone. Even in a sea as seemingly familiar as the Western Mediterranean, the appearance of a great white shark still unsettles. The species can grow up to 20 or even 23 feet long, weighing more than 4,400 pounds as an adult. Thanks to a network of blood vessels, the heat generated by its powerful muscles is retained rather than lost. Vital organs like the eyes, swimming muscles, and even the stomach are maintained at a temperature 7 to 13 degrees Fahrenheit higher. The great white shark also employs a precision sensory system known as the ampullae of Lorenzini. Tiny electrosensitive pores are scattered across its snout. Its jaw contains about 300 razor-sharp triangular teeth, arranged in 5 rotating rows. As prey swims peacefully above, a sudden vertical strike comes without warning. With a bite force of up to 18,216 newtons, bone shatters the moment those triangular blades lock on. As an apex predator, the great white shark sits at the top of the ocean food chain. It has no natural enemies except for the orca, a hunter equipped with precision sonar and strategic coordination. When these two giants meet, victory depends not on teeth or speed, but on teamwork and memory. The great white shark may be a fearsome hunter, but to an orca, it becomes prey with no quarter given. Today, the species faces a serious risk of disappearance due to its slow reproductive rate. Coupled with pressures from bycatch, harvesting for fins and teeth, and the trade in its tissues. The International Union for Conservation of Nature now lists the great white shark in this region as critically endangered. Unlike the sudden, silent presence of the great white shark, the blue shark is seen more frequently, yet it remains an enigma. It lives far from shore, present year-round in the western Mediterranean, though its density varies with the seasons. Satellite tag data show that from May to October, blue sharks are most concentrated in the Alboran Sea. Unlike coastal or deep-sea predators, the blue shark has evolved to thrive in the open ocean. Its deep indigo back fades to a turquoise along its flanks and a silvery white underneath. This coloration renders it nearly invisible when viewed from above or below. In the deep blue waters of the Mediterranean, a sleek silhouette shimmers with turquoise and glides by. The blue shark, slender and nearly 10 feet long, is built for speed and endurance. Its keen sense of smell can detect dilute traces of blood from hundreds of yards away. When a target appears, a stray school of mackerel, the shark's sharp dorsal fin cuts through the water. Reproductively, blue shark embryos develop inside the mother's body and are born fully formed. A single female can give birth to between 25 and over 100 pups, with a record of 135 in 1 litter. Blue shark fins are particularly prized in Asian shark fin markets. In the Western Mediterranean, the blue shark is a symbol of biological connectivity across oceans. As the blue shark cuts through the open ocean like a living blade on its hunts, far below at depths of 1,000 to 1,600 feet, a colossal silhouette silently emerges. It is the fin whale, the graceful giant of the sea. This awe-inspiring creature can reach up to 79 feet in length and weigh around about 170,000 pounds. In the Western Mediterranean, fin whales migrate seasonally, taking advantage of the nutrient-rich waters for feeding. Despite their enormous size, their bodies are elongated and hydrodynamic. That is why they are often called the greyhounds of the sea. One of the species' most unique features is the asymmetrical coloration on its head, particularly along the lower jaw. A bright white on the right side and a dark grey on the left. This phenomenon is entirely unique. With a swift burst into a school of krill or small fish, the fin whale opens its mouth wide, expanding like a vacuum. Then, it closes its mouth and uses a massive tongue like a soft rubber piston to push water through its baleen plates. This behavior requires a perfect combination of speed, mouth, volume, breath control, and mechanical precision. Though not an active predator, the fin whale is one of the planet's largest biological filters. In the heart of the Mediterranean Sea, where the surface waters deepen to a dark indigo as they drift offshore, the striped dolphin is a common sight. They travel in pods from a few dozen to several hundred, surfacing and diving in a sharp, synchronized rhythm. With a slender body about 6.5 to 8 feet long and distinctive black stripes running from eye to flank. They are not solitary hunters, but high-speed artists of motion. In the Gulf of Taranto, surveys from 2011 to 2015 recorded an average density of about 2.5 individuals per square mile. Beneath the deep blue surface, the striped dolphin is a spectacle of kinetic energy. They can leap 20 to 23 feet into the air, twisting their tails mid-flight like the ballet dancers of the sea. The sounds they produce, including clicks, burst pulses, and whistles. They descend into the mesopelagic zone, rich in squid, fish, and crustaceans, using their advanced echolocation abilities. However, in recent years, industrial fishing, ship traffic, and noise pollution have pushed these dolphins. However, data from the Habitats Directive Monitoring Program offers hope. With a stable social system, formidable hunting skills, and agile movement through shifting currents. Just beneath the waves where the striped dolphin just vanished into the deep blue of the central Mediterranean, a long, sharp silhouette silently emerges from the deeper waters. It is the swordfish, the solitary hunter of the open ocean, wielding a signature weapon. But in the central Mediterranean, there is another rival known for its speed, often nicknamed the warm-blooded cheetah of the ocean, the short-fin mako shark. A solitary hunter, constantly in motion, constantly fighting for survival in an ocean that changes daily. Just beyond the mako shark's hunting grounds in the deep waters of the central Mediterranean, among the vast seamount ridges, the sperm whale appears. Its massive, square-shaped head occupies nearly 1/3 of its body length, housing the unique spermaceti organ. This organ amplifies a series of clicks into powerful ultrasonic beams for echolocation. A sperm whale's hunting journey often lasts up to 90 minutes. The social behavior of sperm whales in the central Mediterranean is more complex than one might expect. Female whales and their young live together in matrilineal groups, cooperating to raise the next generation. Adult males, on the other hand, live solitary lives or form small bachelor pods. Communication is carried out through a system of codas, rhythmic sequences of clicks. The reproductive biology of the sperm whale is particularly slow. Females reach a reproductive length of about 33 to 39 feet, while males grow to about 52 to 59 feet. Dives lasting up to an hour or more into the abyss push the limits of pressure and oxygen. However, studies have found that old whale skeletons often show signs of a vascular necrosis. In the eastern Mediterranean, this is a species that chooses not explosive action, but instead follows a strategy of slow living. A gestation of nearly 2 years, the longest reproductive cycle of all shark species. With a body often likened to the classic image of a shark, the Dusky shark has a long torpedo-like shape. Adults can grow over 13 feet long and weigh more than 750 pounds. However, behind this iconic appearance lies a biological paradox. The Dusky shark lives a life so slow that it seems out of sync with a fast-moving world. Females do not begin to reproduce until around age 21. Males mature slightly earlier, at about 19. When mating occurs, the gestation lasts from 22 to 24 months, one of the longest pregnancies. A single reproductive cycle can last up to 3 years. In the eastern Mediterranean, this species moves silently along the coastal currents. In this unusually warm pocket of water, researchers have found adult Dusky sharks. diving to depths of about 65 to 260 feet, where the reefs are obscured in shadow. You will encounter a creature entirely different from the dusky shark, the Mediterranean moray eel. The Mediterranean moray is a master of staying still, choosing to live hidden among narrow rock crevices. Its long, muscular body is covered in a slippery mucus layer which helps protect against parasites. In some cases, this mucus contains mild hemolytic toxins that can cause minor skin irritation. A continuous, ribbon-like fin runs from its back to its tail, enveloping the body in a fluid motion. The species is faithful to fixed rock formations and reefs, sometimes found scattered at depths of 330 feet. The Mediterranean moray grows slowly, with an average lifespan of up to 38 years. During the day, they remain almost completely hidden in crevices, with only their heads protruding to observe. Their diet is varied, but consists mainly of small fish, crabs, shrimp, and especially octopus and squid. In addition to their sharp outer jaws, they possess a pharyngeal jaw located deep in their throat. This mechanism operates independently of the main jaw, allowing the moray to effectively capture and swallow prey. From the warm waters of the Red Sea, a striking creature silently began its journey north, the lionfish. It settled in the eastern Mediterranean, where the sea is clear but nutrient poor, and where the reefs adorned with flowing fins like silk and hues that echo the elegance of ancient ceremony. But behind that mesmerizing facade are venomous spines that punish those who come too close. Each fin contains a series of needle-sharp spines, and 18 of them are a venom injection system. The venom, a complex protein-based toxin, can cause intense localized pain and swelling. Once native to the Indo-Pacific, the lionfish has become one of the most notorious invasive species. First recorded off the coast of Israel in 1991, it quickly spread throughout the Levantine Basin. By 2024, research from Wageningen University reported growing numbers along the coastlines. In the eastern Adriatic, more than 120 individuals were recorded on citizen science platforms in just the last 6 months of 2024. The lionfish population is exploding due to their incredible reproductive rate. Each female can lay tens of thousands of eggs in a cycle that repeats every few days. Their eggs are encased in a buoyant gel that drifts with the ocean currents. Lionfish are patient hunters. Their ornate pectoral fins spread out to corner small fish. Some individuals even squirt jets of water to disorient their prey. In the eastern Mediterranean, where native fish lack natural defenses, the lionfish has caused declines. But the ecological impact goes beyond numbers. The rapid loss of native fish disrupts food webs. Many of these small fish typically graze on algae, which, if left unchecked, overgrows and smothers coral surfaces. Lionfish do not directly harm coral, but their relentless predation weakens reef systems. Under the influence of climate change, the eastern Mediterranean continues to warm. Updated ecological distribution models from 2025 predict their westward advance. Some studies suggest that without control measures, lionfish could become the dominant benthic biomass. Only 8 to 16 inches long, no one would suspect that it carries a neurotoxin thousands of times more potent than cyanide. With no predators and no controls, it reproduces rapidly and is silently destroying ecosystems. From an ecological perspective, the silver-cheeked toadfish is becoming a prime example of an invincible invader. A combination of potent toxins, aggressive behavior, rapid reproduction, bait stealing, and a complete lack of natural enemies. However, because the fish cannot be safely consumed, large-scale culling strategies are almost unfeasible. As invaders like the silver-cheeked toadfish continue to spread, an ancient symbol of the Mediterranean quietly clings to survival. The Mediterranean monk seal, the rarest seal in the world, carries no toxins, has no overwhelming tactics. Hidden in concealed sea caves and increasingly fragile coastal waters. Once common from Morocco to the Black Sea, the Mediterranean monk seal was nearly wiped out after centuries of hunting. By the early 21st century, fewer than 500 individuals remained on Earth. Thanks to dedicated conservation efforts, by 2024, the population had grown to an estimated 815 to 997 individuals. Greece and Turkey together now account for about 30 to 40% of the global population. Once giving birth on open beaches, these seals now seek refuge deep within submerged caves. Ironically, this behavior now makes them vulnerable to rising sea levels and powerful storms. Unlike many pinnipeds that congregate in large colonies, monk seals tend to be solitary. With their dark brown coats and rounded heads, they have earned the nickname the silent monks of the sea. However, their ecological role is anything but silent. As top predators, they help regulate bottom-dwelling fish populations. Greece currently hosts the largest known population, with key sites including the island of Gyaros and the Alonissos Marine Park. Turkey has recorded about 120 individuals along the coasts of Mersin, Hatay, and Antalya. However, they continue to face threats from fishing nets, tourism, and high levels of inbreeding. Its return is living proof of nature's resilience when given a chance. As the monk seal dives deep into its sea caves to escape the sun and human presence, another creature silently emerges. It is the European shag, a coastal seabird deeply tied to the towering cliffs. This is a seabird endemic to the Mediterranean with an evolutionary history stretching back over 9 million years. Unlike its close relative, the great cormorant, the European shag is completely dedicated to saltwater environments. Its slender skeleton, sloping head, and sharp beak are perfectly adapted to the rugged underwater terrain. With short wings and a compact body, it can dive up to 200 feet deep in just 30 seconds. The European shag is not a long-distance migrant. They nest in fixed locations, often choosing crevices. In the Adriatic, about 4,900 individuals overwinter, primarily along the coasts of Croatia and Italy. However, the numbers are gradually declining due to tourism pressure, light pollution, and bycatch. However, the challenges facing the Mediterranean do not stop there. This sea is warming at more than twice the rate. Between 1982 and 2019, sea surface temperatures rose by 2.3 degrees Fahrenheit. In the summer of 2024 alone, offshore waters near Corsica recorded 87.4 degrees Fahrenheit. By June 2025, marine heat waves arrived earlier than usual, with temperature anomalies. Evaporation has surpassed precipitation, causing an increase in salinity, especially in the eastern basin. Ecosystems are suffering a heavy toll. Corals are bleaching, seagrass is yellowing, and benthic organisms are weakening. More than 85% of recent mass mortality events are linked to rising temperatures. At the same time, waves of alien species invading through the Suez Canal are disrupting the biological fabric. Even the fin whale, the only resident large whale in the Mediterranean, faces threats. The Mediterranean Sea, a body of water rich in ancient sediments, diverse landscapes, and complex ecosystems. This is no longer a warning, it is an urgent call for conservation. As of 2025, the Mediterranean has established over 1,000 marine protected areas, covering about 9.4% of its surface. In Greece, 2 new marine parks totaling 10,600 square miles have just been announced. The country has also committed €780 million to 21 conservation projects by 2030. Meanwhile, efforts to restore coral and endemic species are gaining momentum. In France, more than 800 reef-building coral clusters have been replanted in the waters of Toulon. In the eastern Mediterranean, the Life Pinna project is breeding Pinna nobilis to restore a nearly wiped-out population. Technology is also playing a crucial role. AIS tracking systems from Global Fishing Watch have detected over 9,500 days of illegal fishing. For conservation in the Mediterranean Sea to be successful in the long run, the role of communities and individuals is irreplaceable. Minimizing plastic waste, making responsible consumer choices, and avoiding behaviors harmful to the ocean. Protecting ecosystems is not just about nature, it is a conscious choice to live better. Deep within the Ngorongoro crater, often described as a primeval arena of life, exists a bird adorned in a brilliant pink, like a sunset stretched across the salt flats. For the lesser flamingo, a small but proud species, the Ngorongoro crater is an extraordinary natural restaurant in the Tanzanian highlands. At the center of the crater lies Lake Magadi, a shallow, alkaline, saline lake that seems inhospitable but is a fertile ground for the explosive growth of spirulina cyanobacteria. This alga is the almost exclusive food source for the lesser flamingo. Rich in carotenoids, the algae impart their characteristic pink hue to the bird's plumage, as if dyed by the very sun of the equatorial sky. This bill is not a mouth, but a delicate, living harvester. Inverted in the alkaline water, it becomes an engine of exquisite precision, sifting the very essence of life from the caustic soup. It is a tool perfected over millennia, designed to find sustenance where others find only barrenness. Although found in many parts of Africa, nearly 80% of the world's lesser flamingo population, estimated at 2.2 to 3.2 million individuals in 2025, currently thrives in East Africa. Lake Magadi serves as a crucial stopover in their life cycle, a perfect refueling station when larger lakes dry up. Change their alkalinity, or lose their food supply under the influence of climate change. As the pink of the lesser flamingos fades on the alkaline lake, the vast landscape of Ngorongoro falls silent. In this 100-square-mile crater, a prehistoric creature still endures. Unassuming, quiet, the black rhino walks slowly, as if carrying the last breath of the wilderness on its shoulders. The crater provides all the essential elements for the black rhino's survival. Stable water sources, like the Munjir stream and the Gorogor swamp, are always near. Although their numbers here are only around 30 individuals, because they are concentrated in this relatively enclosed space. The Ngorongoro crater has one of the highest densities of black rhinos in Africa. The population here holds extraordinary genetic value. They are not a group reintroduced from elsewhere. But a native lineage, descendants of the rhinos that have lived in this region for thousands of years. In a world where biodiversity is fading, such original genes are of immense importance for long-term research and conservation. The black rhino is a browser. It does not eat short grass, but instead seeks out shrubs, leafy plants, and woody branches. An adult can consume 44 to 60 pounds of food per day. Their average lifespan ranges from 30 to 40 years in the wild and can be longer in stable conditions like those in Ngorongoro. The story of Fausta, believed to be the world's oldest black rhino, who lived to be 57 here, is the clearest testament to the quality of life inside Ngorongoro. However, the Ngorongoro crater is not just the kingdom of flamingos and black rhinos. It is also an enclosed domain of predators. The Serval is a medium-sized cat built on extraordinary proportions. Its long legs, especially the hind ones, give it a remarkable shoulder height of about 2 feet, while its weight remains light, only 20 to 40 pounds. Its oversized ears, erect like twin satellite dishes, are finely tuned to catch the slightest rustle in the thick grass or the smallest movement under the damp earth. These physical traits make the Serval one of the most effective hunters in the entire cat family. In the ever-rustling grasslands of Ngorongoro, the Serval has perfected its hunting skills to an extraordinary degree of precision. When it identifies its prey, usually rodents, ground birds, or small snakes, the Serval freezes, its body's rhythm attuned to even the faintest subterranean scratches. Then, as the prey emerges, its spring-like legs launch it in a sudden burst, with the longest legs relative to body size of any cat. The Serval can leap up to 6.5 feet high to catch birds in mid-air or strike down any small snake within its reach. Their hunting success rate is around 50%, much higher than that of larger cats like lions or leopards. As the sun sets behind the crater's rim, deep roars echo off the vertical cliffs. It is not just the sound of territory, but a declaration of supreme authority from the lion, the apex predator of the Ngorongoro crater. Recent surveys record the lion population here at about 65 to 75 individuals, divided into approximately 8 prides, with an estimated density of between 20 and 25 lions for every 39 square miles. But the males here look even more formidable, crowned with dark manes. A lion's mane is influenced by genetics, hormones, and the surrounding climate. Males with darker, even jet black, manes often have higher testosterone levels, are more successful in reproduction, and tend to live longer. In Ngorongoro, over 60% of adult males have dark manes. In struggles for dominance, a black mane provides both a physical advantage and favor from the females. The origins of such power struggles are rooted in history. The dark manes of Ngorongoro are born from a history of near oblivion. A plague once swept through this crater, leaving only a handful of survivors. From their bloodline, this entire kingdom was rebuilt. It is a legacy of resilience, but it comes at a cost, a shared ancestry so close that every lion here is a near reflection of the other, a dynasty forged in isolation. In the Ngorongoro crater, the limited territory is combined with a high density of prey. This forces the prides to live closer together, causing more frequent territorial clashes. Two male lions appear from opposite sides. There is no room to back down. Their roars shake the air, signaling an imminent clash. They collide, 400 pounds of impact force. Claws tear at the earth, white teeth flash as they reach for the throat. The battle decides more than just land. It is the right to pass on a lineage and secure a legacy of strength. In the Ngorongoro ecosystem, the victor keeps both territory and breeding rights, while the loser is cast out of the social order. The hunting life in Ngorongoro reflects flexibility and keen adaptability. While the males spend much of their time patrolling and protecting, the lionesses lead the hunts. Although the average hunting success rate for lions across Africa is only about 18 to 30%, the prides in Ngorongoro can achieve 35 to 40% thanks to abundant prey and cooperative skills honed over generations. In the fading light, where the tall grasses still hold the day's heat, a fierce confrontation unfolds. A pride of lions has just brought down a zebra, but before they can celebrate, silent shadows appear on the periphery. Spotted hyenas, not one, but many. A piercing laugh rings out like a challenge. This confrontation between the two apex predators of the Ngorongoro crater is nothing new. Numbering from 380 to over 470 individuals, the spotted hyena is the most numerous carnivore in Ngorongoro. Recent surveys confirm the presence of at least 8 clans, each with up to 80 members, thriving in territories no larger than 15 square miles. Their competition with lions goes far beyond battles over carcasses. At such high densities, clashes can occur almost daily. Although lions are superior in strength, spotted hyenas have the advantage in numbers and strategy. This cycle of confrontation has shaped a crucial ecological dynamic within the crater, where nothing is certain and the strongest is not always the victor. They are not solitary wanderers. Each clan operates as a tightly organized matriarchal society where the highest rank belongs to the alpha female and status is passed from mother to daughter. Males, upon reaching maturity, are not allowed to remain in their birth clan, but must leave, seeking to join another clan to breed. This mechanism prevents inbreeding in the geographically limited environment of the crater. In this enclosed world, a young male's departure is not a desperate gamble, but a calculated journey. An unseen network of information seems to guide him. Whispers carried on the wind, the scent of a familiar relative in a distant clan. It is an ancient social wisdom, ensuring that even in exile, a path to a new future is never truly lost. They tend to seek out clans where a twin brother or a peer has already migrated, increasing their chances of being accepted and successfully reproducing. Additionally, they rely on a complex communication system, from giggles, hisses, and whoops to resounding roars, to locate clan members and coordinate collective actions. In a closed system like Ngorongoro, their laughter echoes as the voice of an ecosystem that is both resilient and profound. The ferocity within the Ngorongoro crater is just one part of the larger picture of the East African wilderness. Just to the north, the Serengeti plains unfold into an endless ocean of grass. This is not an ordinary natural event, but one of the greatest wildlife spectacles remaining on Earth, the Great Migration. Each year, about 1.5 to 2 million wildebeest, along with over 200,000 zebras, 500,000 gazelles, and tens of thousands of eland, begin a journey of more than 500 miles through the Serengeti Mara ecosystem. And if the Great Migration is a grand symphony of African nature, then the Serengeti is the orchestra, the stage where every rhythm of life begins and is reborn in its endless cycle. Across the more than 5,700 square miles of northern Tanzania, life does not just exist, it explodes with a richness found nowhere else on Earth. The name Serengeti in the Masai language means endless plains, an image that captures not only the vastness of the space, but also the constant movement and renewal of life. When the rains cease and the clouds clear from the southern highlands, the Ndutu region near the Ngorongoro Conservation Area becomes the starting point. Here, the soil is formed from layers of ancient volcanic ash accumulated over thousands of years, nurturing mineral-rich grasslands with high concentrations of potassium, calcium, and silica. The vegetation in this region grows rapidly and has a nutrient level 25% higher than the neutral soils farther north. That is why, from about January to March, the great herds of blue wildebeest, zebra, and gazelle converge here. Herds of Grant's zebras lead the flow of the Great Migration, as if an ancient memory of the journey is etched into their every step. They move by memory, a kind of biological map imprinted over generations. In the Masai Mara ecosystem, about 200,000 Grant's zebras participate in the annual journey. Unlike the lean build of the wildebeest, the Grant's zebra has a robust frame, weighing an average of 485 to 660 pounds. This is the smallest subspecies of zebra. However, it possesses extraordinary endurance, enough to lead the Great Migration across the Serengeti. Its black and white stripes are not just natural camouflage. They also help regulate body temperature, allowing the zebra to adapt to the dry heat of the tropical plains. As the pioneers on the long journey, Grant's zebras first eat the tall, coarse and dry grasses on the surface, food that many other herbivores avoid. By consuming the tougher, upper layer of grass, they expose the tender, nutrient-rich new shoots below, which is precisely the type of grass the wildebeest prefers most. This forms one of the greatest informal symbiotic relationships of the Great Migration. While the Grant's zebra leads the way, the blue wildebeest engages in one of the greatest birthing events on Earth. Each year, about 500,000 calves are born in just a few short weeks in February and March, an average of nearly 8,000 new lives per day. This synchronized birthing is a sophisticated strategy to overwhelm predators like lions, hyenas, and cheetahs, which can only target a small fraction of this massive wave of life. After the calving season, when the fresh grasses have been grazed and the ground begins to crack under the first summer sun, the true march of the wildebeest begins. Wildebeest outnumber every other mammal in the migration cycle. Each year, about 1.5 to 1.7 million of them move together. With an average build, a wildebeest weighs about 400 to 550 pounds. Their simple digestive system is perfectly designed to quickly absorb energy from fresh grass. And because of this dependence, they are known as the rain followers. A wildebeest can sense rain up to 30 miles away. What sets them apart is the lack of a clear leader. There are no commands, no calls. The herd moves forward as a single entity through swarm intelligence. Wildebeest are the silent engineers of the ecosystem. By grazing on short, soft grass, they stimulate new growth. Their dung, rich in nutrients, replenishes the soil with nitrogen. By mid-year, the real challenges begin. The rivers become nature's greatest barriers. At the Grumeti River, as the newborn calves tire from the long journey, the pools of water become irresistible. Beneath the surface, hundreds of Nile crocodiles lie in wait. Some wildebeest are dragged down by crocodiles. Others stand frozen as they witness their kin being snatched by the hidden giants. In July, the journey continues north, where the Serengeti slopes higher, the air is drier, and the sky opens up. The northern Serengeti reveals a different kind of beauty. Scattered kopjes, granite outcrops, rising like fins from a sea of golden grass. Perfect observation points for prides of lions tracking the herds from afar. But by August, the Mara River changes everything. This river bisects the land, marking one of the most dramatic river crossings in the wild. Unlike the Grumeti, the Mara is deeper, faster, flowing, and more infested with crocodiles. Here, one of the most primal spectacles of life unfolds. Thousands of wildebeest bellow, pushing forward, leaping into the churning water, fighting to cross a gauntlet of predators. But in this tragedy, a paradox of life is revealed. The mass death of wildebeest during the river crossing is not an end, but the beginning of another life cycle. Millions of pounds of carcasses settle at the river bottom, creating a colossal nutrient feast that lasts for months. This influx of nitrogen and phosphorus feeds the populations of fish, insects, and algae, turning the tragedy of the migration into a gift of life for the entire ecosystem. The adult Nile crocodiles in this region are 11.5 to 16.5 feet long, with dominant individuals reaching 20 feet and weighing over 1,500 pounds. Their skin is reinforced by small bony plates beneath the surface called osteoderms, turning them into true biological tanks in the water. With their eyes, nostrils, and ears all positioned on top of their head, they can remain almost completely submerged, while still being aware of everything happening on the water's surface. Their bite force is one of the strongest in the animal kingdom, easily crushing the bones of large herbivores like wildebeest or zebra. But instead of chewing, they clamp down with those teeth, drag their prey into the water, and perform a rotational maneuver with devastating results. At crossing points like the Mara, the arrival of the migrating herds marks the peak season for the Nile crocodiles. When tens of thousands of animals plunge into the river in a single day, the crocodiles don't need to chase. But the more animals that cross at once, the higher the survival rate for each individual. The wildebeest understand this instinctively. If they make it across the Mara River, they will reach the Masai Mara, the promised land of endless green pastures. From August to October, the herds rest here, grazing, storing energy, and preparing for the next stage of their journey. This is also when the wildebeest enter their mating season. Their resilience stems directly from the richness of the ecosystem here. The Masai Mara lies at an average altitude of 5,000 feet above sea level, with a more temperate climate and more evenly distributed rainfall than the southern Serengeti. The grasses of the Masai Mara are particularly nutritious, especially after the rainy season. The density of wildlife here can sometimes be almost unbelievable. At the peak of the dry season, the biomass of herbivores in the Masai Mara has been recorded at nearly 85,000 pounds per square mile. But this is not just a place for herbivores. The Masai Mara is also a paradise for predators. According to one survey, the lion population in the reserve is estimated at around 850 individuals. Leopards are recorded at a density of 6 to 10 individuals per 39 square miles, while spotted hyenas live in clans of up to 60 members. The high concentration of predators makes the Masai Mara a battlefield where hunting instincts constantly clash with the will to survive. Away from the noisy herds and the chaotic race for survival, the leopard chooses its own rhythm, silent, precise, and fiercely independent. Amidst the chaos of the Great Migration, it becomes a symbol of perfect stillness. A phantom gliding through the low bushes along the banks of the Mara and Talek rivers. Weighing between 66 and 132 pounds, it is still strong enough to haul a young wildebeest weighing over 220 pounds up a tree. Unlike predators that rely on the migratory season for an abundance of food, the leopard maintains a very diverse diet. From rodents, ground birds and fish to gazelles, young zebras and impalas, anything can become a meal when the time is right. Although active year-round, leopards are rarely seen. They are present but invisible, leaving only faint footprints on the damp earth or a smear of blood on a tree trunk. The total number of individuals in the reserve is estimated at around 52, with higher densities in less disturbed areas, like the Olari Motorogi Conservancy, Mara North, and the riverine forests. In the Masai Mara, they play a unique role in the ecosystem. As the Great Migration brings millions of wildebeest, zebras and gazelles into the reserve, the leopard does not plunge into the chaos. They move along the edges of the migratory mass, keeping an eye out for the young, the stragglers, or the weak. A female leopard has chosen her target. Her body is pressed to the ground, every muscle tensed like a compressed spring. She advances with silent patience, her keen eyes locked on every movement of her prey. She creeps forward, almost silently, thanks to her thick paw pads. When she is less than 16 feet away, the explosive pounce is launched. Lightning speed, a precise bite to the throat, right on the jugular. The gazelle struggles, but the leopard's powerful jaws end it all in under a minute. However, to fully understand the drama of this hunt, we must look at the victim, the Thompson's gazelle. Although it participates in the Great Migration, this species follows a slightly different route, preferring the young grass, the super-short, nutrient-rich shoots that grow after the wildebeest have passed through. Their numbers are smaller, about 500,000 individuals, and their journey is shorter. Many groups stop in the Serengeti, instead of completing the full loop to the Masai Mara. Though not large in stature, they possess one of the most powerful survival tools in the wild: speed. An adult can reach speeds of 50 to 58 miles per hour, outpacing nearly all other similarly sized herbivores. Furthermore, they can maintain high speeds over longer distances, sometimes even outlasting the short sprint of a cheetah, the fastest land predator. The difference lies not in the burst, but in the endurance. Their strutting behavior, leaping high into the air with all four legs straight, is a visual signal with a clear purpose. It also serves as a warning to other members of the herd about approaching threats. In the food chain of the Masai Mara, they play a crucial intermediate role, both as herbivores that help manage plant growth and as a stable source of nutrition for the main predators. The ferocity of the Great Migration means that life and loss are constant companions. Each year, over 250,000 wildebeest do not return. But it is this endless cycle that has shaped a vibrant and resilient ecosystem. The constant movement helps to renew the grasslands. The entire food web is activated by this seemingly simple act of migration. In all this movement, there is no script. Nature operates on its own logic, where every creature plays a vital role. And the Great Migration becomes a living symphony, sometimes chaotic, sometimes grand and mournful, but always profound and meaningful. If the Great Migration captivates with the sheer number of animals moving in an endless loop, then Kilimanjaro, Tanzania's final site on the list, makes its mark with height and solitude. Rising high above the vast plains, Mount Kilimanjaro draws the eye not only with its 19,341-foot height, but also because it is a stratovolcano that belongs to no mountain range. Kilimanjaro is not just geologically unique, but also ecologically diverse across its height. The rapid change of climatic zones from the cultivated lowlands at its base to the icy summit makes it one of the most distinct altitudinal ecosystems on Earth. Scientists often describe it as a journey from the equator to the Arctic, where every step upward takes you into a completely new world. From 5,900 feet upwards, lush tropical rainforests begin to dominate. This green canopy is home to over 1,200 plant species and hundreds of endemic birds. The crowned eagle reigns over this kingdom. From 5,900 feet upwards, lush tropical rainforests begin to dominate. This green canopy is home to over 1,200 plant species and hundreds of endemic birds. The crowned eagle reigns over this kingdom. The crowned eagle's hunting strategy combines ambush and speed. In the dense forests covering Kilimanjaro's slopes, it waits, still and silent, hidden among the thick branches, its amber eyes glowing like twin flames. Deep below the canopy, a troop of colobus monkeys moves from branch to branch, their contrasting black and white coats flowing like silk in the dappled sunlight. With a wingspan of nearly 6.5 feet, the eagle's broad yet remarkably agile wings allow it to glide through the treetops without a sound, a rare skill for large birds of prey. These are not talons designed merely to hold. They are instruments of conclusion. A grip that delivers the force of a falling anvil, capable of extinguishing the light of life in the instant of impact. The strike itself is the final word. Scientists compare the relative power of its hind talon to the canine tooth of a leopard. Its strike is not just a grasp, but a killing blow delivered by steel-like legs, ending the prey's life at the moment of impact. Suddenly, a sharp, piercing cry shatters the forest. Like a living thunderbolt in broad daylight, the eagle dives at over 100 miles per hour, weaving through the branches with lethal precision. A young monkey looks up just in time to see steel talons closing around its body, lifting it into the sky. A single, terrified cry, and then silence. The colobus monkeys living on this mountain are classified as the Kilimanjaro gereza, also known as the mantled gereza. A species with a striking coat that has become a symbol of the mist-shrouded highland forests. Unlike omnivorous monkeys, the Kilimanjaro gereza is a specialized folivore. Its diet consists mainly of leaves, including old leaves with high cellulose content or mild toxins that most other primates cannot digest. Although this diet provides a great ecological advantage, it is relatively low in energy. Therefore, the Kilimanjaro gereza tends to be sedentary, spending much of the day quietly digesting in the treetops. Despite its slow-paced life, the mantled gereza shows remarkable agility when needed. a crucial survival skill in the multi-layered rainforests of Kilimanjaro. And finally, descending from 2,600 to 5,900 feet, Kilimanjaro reveals another, more serene landscape where humans and nature coexist in harmony. At the foot of the mountain, where low clouds drift along the slopes, and the border between Kenya and Tanzania is but a faint concept. The silent, steady footfalls of African elephants leave their mark on the red earth. Unfettered by boundaries or fences, they are the cross-border nomads. From the floodplains of Amboseli in the wet season, African elephants move along ancient ecological corridors towards the northern slopes of Kilimanjaro as the dry season arrives. This is a form of strategic migration, not fixed in a strict annual cycle, but deeply influenced by rainfall, humidity, and changes in vegetation. During this journey, some individuals stand out with remarkable tusks that nearly touch the ground, known as great tuskers. Living relics of a genetic lineage that has almost vanished from most of Africa. The presence of legendary individuals like Big Tim provides compelling evidence of an ancient genetic line still quietly preserved in the Kilimanjaro Amboseli ecosystem. Beyond their iconic status, elephants are true ecosystem engineers. As they move, they break through thickets, creating paths through the dense forest and opening up natural corridors that benefit other species. While feeding on fruits and leaves, they inadvertently collect seeds and later disperse them through their dung, an extremely effective method of forest regeneration. For the Chaga people, Kilimanjaro is not merely a part of the landscape, it is part of their soul. They believe that the clouds that always shroud the peak of Kibo are the abode of ancestral spirits, and the water that flows down from the mountain is a sacred gift from God. Now let us travel south, through the Myombo woodlands, beyond the sun-scorched savannas of Tanzania and Zambia, to a place where the land does not rise to the heavens, but instead sinks into the earth. We arrive in another world, the Okavango Delta, Africa's largest inland wetland. Unlike most of the world's major river systems that end their journey in the sea, the Okavango River stops in the heart of the Kalahari Desert. In 2014, UNESCO recognized this site as the 1000th World Heritage Site, not only for its geographical uniqueness, but also for its global ecological value. Here, the river flows into a vast inland basin with no outlet to the ocean. Each year, it discharges around 389 billion cubic feet of water, creating one of the most extraordinary natural spectacles on the planet. This water spreads over an area of 2,300 to over 5,800 square miles, and at peak flood, the delta can expand to 8,500 square miles, nearly the size of the US state of New Jersey. The uniqueness of the flood cycle creates a rare paradox. The water rises during the dry season, and life blossoms when the rest of the region is arid. At that time, the Okavango becomes a great gathering place for one of the most diverse and robust wildlife populations on Earth.